What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a couple weeks since I've last uploaded, and I would like to apologize. It's just that a lot of stuff's been going on recently, and I haven't had much time to record, but I want to try to make it more of an effort to at least upload once a week. With that being said, this video I want to talk about the origin of narcissism. It's really interesting because I'm not sure if many people know where the term came from, and there's a whole Greek mythology story behind this. Without spoiling too much into it, I just want to give a little preface of the video. So I want to talk about that, how it got its term. It dates all the way back to the Roman Empire, and I find it very interesting. If you guys know about anything, I guess, about the backstory of narcissism and how it got the terminology and everything like that, leave a comment down below because I am very interested in that because I had no idea there was a whole story behind it. With that being said, guys, let's get into the video. So to paint the picture a little bit, I want to take you guys back. Imagine it's the date 43 BC, and I might be butchering these names, but I'm going to try my best for the sake of this video. A man named Publius Ovid Naso was born on March 21st. This man was a Roman poet, and today he's just known as Ovid. He became recognized in today's day and age for a series of poems that he wrote. That was his occupation. He was a poet. And these poems he made in order. It was a series of poems. The one that became famous was Book 3. And that is the one I want to concern about this video. I want to talk about Book 3 specifically, that poem. The poem collectively are known as Ovid's Metamorphoses. And it was just one poem after another that he, I guess, talked about whatever he saw, whatever he felt, or maybe just made up stories. We don't really know for record, but Book 3 specifically is what made him famous. And this is the one that talked about narcissism. So Book 3 mainly talked about, and this is where everything will start getting pieced together for you guys. Book 3 was about a boy named Narcissus in Greek mythology. Now, Narcissus was known for his beauty. That's what the perception of him was, that he was just very attractive, he was a very beautiful man. And if you go back to the main picture I put in the intro slide, it just better demonstrated that. It just shows girls looking at him and all that stuff. So Narcissus was very good looking in the perception to everybody. Everybody wanted his affection and everything like that, right? And this makes connections to what narcissism is, right? Somebody thinks they not so much look good, but everybody wants their attention and only their attention. So in Narcissus' case, he rejected everybody's advances because he just didn't find them as attractive as he found himself, right? So he would just reject everybody, all the girls in the town. He wouldn't give them the time of day until he stumbled upon a lake and he caught his own reflection. So he got caught looking at his own reflection until he ended up dying. So he looked at his own reflection for his entire life. In his mind, he found someone that matched his own appearance, his own attractiveness to himself. And that person was only him. Only he could sufficiently suffice, I guess for lack of a better word, his desires for what he's looking in somebody, right? So he ended up looking at the lake, the reflection of himself, for his entire life, and he ended up dying. And that, again, ties back to what narcissism is. They just concern themselves about themselves. They don't really care for what other people think about them. They will just think they're the best in their own mind. They just want all the status and all that stuff. Things I've talked about in my other videos. So he dies after staring at himself in his own reflection. And a flower actually grew where he ended up dying, right on the lake. And the flower is also called Narcissus. So that was also interesting learning, because I didn't know that the term, there was a whole Greek mythology story behind it. And then there was a flower, like an actual flower. You can look this up if you don't believe me. There's an actual flower with the name Narcissus. And I'll post a picture of it, but it's very, very interesting. As I just mentioned, here is the Narcissus flower. It's a green stem with white petals and a yellow center. I'm not too sure what the center of a flower is called, but I guess it's I guess it's named this because in the story, obviously, Narcissus turned into this flower after staring at himself in the reflection for his entire life. But to the eye, I guess it's just aesthetically pleasing, which will also tie back into how Narcissus could, how they picture themselves. Now, that's just my theory. I don't know for a fact, but it's interesting that there's a whole Greek mythological story behind it from a poet back in the Roman Empire, right? And it was about a child, kid, whatever, just was born with the sense of attractiveness to everybody. Everybody fought for his attention, or at least that's what he thought in his mind. But his life ended up ending by him staring at his own reflection. And I guess it's just a full circle moment. And yeah, then the narcissus flower grew, which became an aesthetically pleasing flower. And this could all just tie back to how the different type of narcissists and just narcissism in general, just, how they act and how it got its name. So I just wanted to leave you guys with this image. I feel like it just perfectly wraps up everything. It's just another cartoon image of Narcissus looking at the reflection of himself. And as you can see to the right of him is the flower, the Narcissus flower, that blooms when he passes away. This may be one of my shorter videos, I'm not too sure yet, but it was very fun to make, and I hope that somebody, you guys took something away from this, because I found this super, cool to know there's a whole backstory, and then you could, connect everything. My upcoming videos, I think I'm going to start a little series, maybe not a series, but a couple of videos talking about the different type of tactics that narcissists use. So, thank you guys for sticking with me this long. It hasn't been too long yet, but I know I've taken a break that I didn't really want to, but I'm back now, and let me know in the comments if there's anything specific you want me to talk about, or anything you found from this video or the other types of videos, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.